fireworks, but some folks have spent today in a pretty unconventional way. News 13's Jack Villieu caught up with some people in Florence who used the holiday to pull off some new tricks on their skateboard.
Hanging out for the 4th, seeing some old friends, skating the skate park. Kind of just all getting together before we have our family festivities.
Now to Juneteenth celebrations, people all across our area recognize the important day for the first time as a federal holiday. The Burgess Community Center in Horry County held its Juneteenth Freedom Celebration in honor of the day all enslaved Black Americans. News update. We now know the name of the person who died in yesterday's plane crash in Socastee. The Horry County coroner says James Harper died. He was 60 years old from the North Myrtle Beach area. And as that investigation continues tonight, News 13's Stephanie Fernandez spoke to witnesses about the moments leading up to that crash.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Could we have helped them? Could we have ran over there and pulled them out in time? Or it was just very scary to think about.
Morgan Helene lives in the neighborhood near Socastee Boulevard. She says she was at home when she heard a loud crash outside.
Welcome back. President Biden committed to reopening schools in his first 100 days in office, and he's ready to allocate more money to the process. The man accused of Monday's shootings in Boulder, Colorado, was in court today. Ahmad Alissa is being held without bond for the murder of 10 people. Also happening around Washington, security is ramping up inside our nation's capital. You can see hundreds of National Guardsmen sleeping on the floor of the U.S. Capitol building this morning. Well, the ADPH, in conjunction with the Alabama National Guard, is holding one of its first vaccine clinics in the Wiregrass today. The vaccine clinic is at the Enterprise Civic Center until 5 p.m. There's no appointment necessary. Well, we're learning more about the suspect in the deadly shooting rampage in a Boulder, Colorado supermarket that left 10 people dead, while the community is coming together grieving for those who were lost. Jake Gray is live in Boulder with the latest. Well, defenders are working to protect you from frauds and scams, specifically focused on the COVID pandemic. Bethany Harris shares details about an anti-fraud phone bank happening tonight. Coming up on First News at 4, the latest on the Alabama bill proposed to ensure safer guidelines for shelters in the case of severe weather. Plus, how top executives behind some of your favorite social media platforms were called to question today regarding misinformation and extremism. Those stories after the break. Well, the chief executives of tech giants Facebook, Google, and Twitter faced questions on Capitol Hill today over extremism and misinformation on their platforms. Dan Sheneman has a closer look.
The influence of social media platforms is undeniable.
If you can't make it out to the event but want to support the cause, you can donate online. A link to do that is over on our website. Well, the Tokyo Olympic torch relay is finally underway, delayed a year by the pandemic. The relay began today in Fukushima, cited the disastrous 2011 earthquake and tsunami. The torch will travel throughout Japan over the next 4 months before the Games, with coronavirus precautions in place. NBC's Janice Mackey-Freyer reports from Beijing. Approval for the AstraZeneca vaccine is expected at the end of the month, making it the third vaccine available in Europe against the coronavirus. But questions still remain over its efficacy. Matt Bradley has more from Paris. Coming up in less than 1 hour, doctors give her only hours to live. That was 38 years ago. Not only did Brandy Dees live, she has excelled. Her amazing story is on News 4 at 5. That's on WTVY. Head of a salvage company brought in to free that cargo ship stuck in the Suez Canal said it's going to take days to weeks to open the waterway. With the new year comes a new semester. Coming up on First News at 4, find out how new data shows college campuses at high risk for becoming the next COVID-19 super spreader sites when we come back. Stay with us. Well, March is National Women's History Month. A look at how women are filling gaps when it comes to getting our goods delivered right after this. Drugstore pharmacy chains have been instrumental in vaccinating people in long-term health care facilities, and now they're gearing up to try and do more. But the Alabama legislature is taking up a bill that would adopt guidelines for designating safer place shelters during severe weather.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Taylor Pollock. Thanks for joining us for News 4 at 10. The COVID-19 relief bill is still awaiting President Trump's signature after Congress approved it. The bill would allow states more time to spend millions of dollars it received from the federal government. Political reporter Lydia Nussbaum tells us what this could mean for the millions of dollars Alabama has still not spent.
Alabama received about $1.7 billion from the federal government earlier this year to help pay for COVID-19 related expenses. But states face an end-of-the-year deadline to spend all of that money. And Alabama has about $490 million unspent dollars. However, the recent